Right then, ladies and gents, The Flash has reportedly commenced production in London. This is really interesting, actually, and this goes off the back of some other information which you would have seen in the title, that Michael Keaton is back as Batman. So was he lying? Was he not lying? Like, what's the deal with everything that was said with him sort of avoiding COVID and things like that? Because there's been this weird back and forth and things, but he's basically 100% confirmed now as playing Batman. We'll dive into it and have a look. Just before we do, ladies and gents, in the description box below, you'll see three things. You'll see a link to my second channel. Please do check it out. I'm rebuilding a Nissan Pulsar GTIR, so if you like weird, quirky Japanese cars, check it out. You might like it, you might not, but appreciate it if you do anyway. You'll also find in the description box a link to my Blu-ray Blackfields. I'm selling it. There's about 70 odd left, if I remember rightly. So please do check that out. Grab it whilst you still can. There's an hour-long making of documentary. There is the film itself, the prequel film, as well as the soundtrack, and a whole bunch of optional extras in their concept art and stuff. So check it out. Anyway, let's dive into this. So, The Flash has reportedly commenced production in London. Interesting. Now, we in the UK, we never had any shutdowns realistically with TV and film. There was like a brief hiatus, but then it was considered essential work, entertainment. Don't ask me why, I don't know, but yeah, it was considered essential work, and people could just get shooting again. Hence why Mission Impossible was still shooting, and a whole host of other things. So, can I believe that this is in London? Yeah. Our lockdowns are starting to lift, finally. We've basically been on lockdown for like a year and a half. So I can believe that this is actually happening in London. Now, like pretty much every other major production scheduled to begin shooting over the past year or so, The Flash ran into some pandemic-related delays. But it looks like cameras are finally rolling on the Scarlet Speedster's first solo big-screen outing. In their report of the information of brother and sister team Andy Muschietti and Barbara Muschiett's new production company Double Dream, Deadline mentions that the former has begun filming the DC Comics adventure in London, England. So it's a Deadline article. I can trust it as a source. The trade doesn't provide any more details, but we'd usually get some kind of official announcement from the director or studio when a big tentpole release commences production. So keep an eye out for updates. I would imagine we'll get something soon. I don't see why not, anyway. Christina Hodson wrote The Flash's script, with Barbara Muschietti and Michael Disco producing, and Marianne Jenkins on board as executive producer. Plot details are still under wraps, but the story is expected to be at least partially influenced by the Flashpoint comic book arc, which I'm pretty certain it is. It makes sense that it is. Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton will hopefully return as their respective takes on Bruce Wayne, Batman. And we recently found out that the movie would also introduce Sasha Calle as the DCEU's new Supergirl. So it does. I mean, it seems like a pretty big Flashpoint event. Ben Affleck there, Michael Keaton there. We've got brand new Supergirl. Yeah, seems like Flashpoint, doesn't it? Let's be honest. Kiersey Clemons will reprise the role of Iris West, and Zack Snyder's Justice League star Ray Fisher recently indicated that there was still a chance he could appear as Cyborg, which was interesting. So he came out and basically said, yeah, people could just apologise, basically. Which is fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Now, he said, Andy seems to have his head on straight and understood these characters by making it about the relationship more than just a display of superpowers. We were on the same page about that, and it'll be a bummer if there is no way to resolve the issue. But he literally turned around and said, yeah, I think they need to... Basically, that Warner Brothers needs to admit to some stuff before we can progress forwards, which is an interesting statement to make, sort of trying to strong arm the studio into basically just giving you a job. And I do think as well, like, if you came out and said firm, I'm a man of my word, I don't want to work with Walter Hamada on any more productions, and then he turns around and goes, oh yeah, but I'll work with him if he apologises. I do think that's just a bit lame, to be honest, of Ray Fisher, but you know, whatever. I'm in the minority there, I know. But here we go. Here's the big news. Here's the groundbreaker. Michael Keaton is officially confirmed now, apparently. So while Michael Keaton's Spider-Man Homecoming Spotlight, etc. was non-committal when asked about his Batman return last month, the rap has now obtained official confirmation from Keaton's talent agency, ICM Partners, that the Academy Award-nominated actor will indeed reprise his role as the Dark Knight of Gotham in Andy Muschietti's The Flash. So why are you running around telling people the opposite, Michael? What are you doing? Come on, Mickey. The film will mark the first time in 30 years that Keaton has donned the cape and cowl, having last appeared as the character in 1992's Batman Returns. It's just weird. It's weird, like, it's a weird thing to just randomly confirm as well. So this is the report from The Wrap, right? So yes, Michael Keaton really is playing Batman in The Flash. Michael Keaton's talent agency ICM Partners has confirmed the actor will return as Batman in The Flash. The superhero film officially kicked off production in London on Monday, as revealed in an Instagram post from director Andres Muschietti. As The Wrap first exclusively reported, Keaton was in talks to return. But Keaton, like, he said this whole weird stuff, saying it, COVID, I'm scared of it, it's going to kill me, blah, blah, blah. I haven't even read the script, blah, blah, blah. Like, just really weird stuff. Really weird stuff. I'm more concerned, I'll keep my eye more on the COVID situation in the UK than anything. That will determine anything. And so that's why I'm living outside the city here on 17 acres, blah, blah, blah. And literally says, I haven't even read the script. Very strange. But they also don't have the statement either from ICM. They just say, yep, no, he's confirmed. There's no actual official statement from ICM. So I don't know whether I 100% believe this or not, in fairness. I sort of half do, but also half don't. I'd like to, like, see the quote, you know? Because there's no actual quote here. It's just, yeah, we've confirmed it. Like, okay, well, what did they say to you? How did that conversation go? Give me a bit of background on it. Like, come on, for God's sake. Anyway, I'm sure some people don't see an issue with that, but I personally do. You know, I'd like a bit of background on what conversation actually transpired. But there you go, ladies and gents. It is now officially, production has officially begun in London, in the UK. Haven't heard or seen much, but it'll be interesting to see what comes out from sort of set photo, video leaks, things like this. Whether there is anything. Anyway, London's an interesting place to shoot it. Hopefully that means a lot of like Pinewood Studios and things like that. I would imagine so. So we probably won't see too much. But anyway, Michael Keaton is Batman. What do you think? Good, bad? I know he was the reason why a lot of people were interested in watching this film in the first place, because Ezra Miller's not a draw to a lot of people. No one actually cares. Well, a lot of people don't care about Ezra Miller. They're only interested in this because of Michael Keaton's involvement. So are you one of those people? Please do let me know down below. If you're new, do hit subscribe. Thanks so much though, guys. Take care.